and welcome to Lagos Updates on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. This program highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. I'm Adeola Akindele. In the highlights of the program today, Lagos State Governor advocates sustainable collaboration at Africa Social Impact Summit. This and more after this time out. We'll begin today with the story. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has stressed the need for Africans to harness the strengths of our multi-stakeholder partnerships and leverage enterprise-driven innovations to create impact ecosystems that foster inclusive growth and recovery. Governor Sanwo-Olu said this while speaking at the Africa Social Impact Summit with the theme Global Vision, Local Action, Repositioning the African Development Ecosystem for Sustainable Outcomes. The governor, who was represented by the Deputy Governor Obafemi Hamzat, noted that Africa must come together with a renewed spirit of collaboration, innovation, and determination to build a prosperous and sustainable Africa for all, thereby calling on the private sector to lead in driving the change. Sanwo-Olu stated that the summit seeks to reshape Africa's impact solutions and accelerate the achievement of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, noting that his administration, upon assumption of office in 2019, established the Office of Sustainable Development Goals and Investment to line the state development project with the Global Development Agenda. He added that it also aims to attract investment and partnership for the execution of SDGs-related projects, as well as monitor and measure the outcome and impacts of all projects relevant to SDGs in collaboration with other relevant agencies of government. In his keynote address, Senior Special Advisor on Industrialization to the President of the African Development Bank, Oyebanji Oyelarun Oyeyinka, outlined certain indexes Africa should prioritize for her social, economic, and political development. Also, during the week, the Lagos State Government, through the Audit Service Commission, organized the year 2023 Annual Auditors Training for officers on grade 9 to 12 with the theme, The Relevance of Forensic in the Field of Audit Profession. Chairman, Lagos State Audit Service Commission, Oluwatoyin Adeguji Onikoyi, said the training was organized to improve the knowledge of the auditors and remind them of what they have learned so far and be abreast of happenings around them.
You have to remind them that they have to be up and doing, they have to do the state proud, they have to do Nigeria proud in all that they do. This particular topic that they have come to, forensic audit, it is about ensuring that they have a thorough examination of financial records and they have a thorough examination and review of the due process in financial transactions.
Earlier in his welcome address, Permanent Secretary, Lagos State Audit Service Commission, Amundaliu Yusuf, also said the training will help to upgrade the auditors to international standard and expose them to forensic auditing.
Formerly, they were document auditors. But now, we expect them to have to expand more than that. In auditing, there's always input, process, and output. And there's other dark areas that they may not be thinking of before. Now we are exposing them to other side of the auditing.
Speaking on the topic, Introduction to Forensic Accounting and Skill Sets for Auditors, one of the facilitators, Ralph Ogbonna, said an auditor should select an area of expertise which will assist in continuous challenges of multidisciplinary learning necessary for being a forensic accountant. Participants at the event also shared their views on what they have learned so far.
And what I have learned is I shouldn't look at financial transactions on the surface. We're told to look at the dark side, which is looking beyond the numbers, the presentation. We should ask questions of how these numbers came to be.
So far, I've learned that forensic is very important as an auditor. It's looking beyond the normal that we do. It's looking at the dark side. Being a forensic accountant will help you to know more about your duty.
I learned that forensic auditors should know how to critically think. We should be meta thinkers who think about every ramifications of any event instead of just thinking of what we see or believing in what we see.
Present at the year 2023 Lagos State Annual Auditors Training were the 4 commissioners of the Lagos State Audit Service Commission, Jokotola Ogundimu, Emmanuel Kapo, Jimo Ibrahim, and Musiluddin Aigoro, and other top management staff. From that story, we move to this one, which says Lagos State Government has completed the construction of a modern floating jetty at CMS Marina to enhance safe and comfortable commuting for residents and visitors, and serving as a strategic connection point to the recently commissioned CMS Marina Blue Line rail system. The CMS Marina corridor, apart from being one of the 2 major points with seamless connection between bus rapid transport BRT, the Blue Line rail transport and water transport is a waterways hub with huge ridership in thousands on daily basis, linking several coastal areas such as Baduri Aja in Eti-Osa local government, Ipakodo, Ibeshe, Ijeda in Ikorodu local government. Others are Ilaje Bariga Waterfront in Shomolu, Bariga Local Government, Liverpool, Ajegunle, and Tinkan Island in Akpakpa, Ajeromi Felodun Local Government, Mile 2, Sabon-Koji, Ilashe, among others. According to the Managing Director, Lagos State Ferry Services, LAC Ferry, Ladi Balogun, the project is in tandem with the Themes Plus agenda of the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration and its commitment to improving facilities for a safe water transportation system. The floating jetty constructed for LAC Ferry and other boat operators is built to international standards with all safety features such as a fire extinguisher compartment, safety life buoys, and inbuilt fender on the side of the fingers, among others. The enforcement team of the Lagos State Ministry of Transportation has gone round the metropolis to monitor the level of compliance by commercial drivers on the directive of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on 25% reduction in transportation fare as part of palliative measures following the removal of fuel subsidy. The team also monitored compliance by government-owned buses. It will be recorded that on the 31st of July, the governor, after an extensive Security Council meeting, announced 50% reduction in our government modes of public transportation, while also stating that the leadership of the transport unions had been engaged to also support the government by reducing fares by 25%. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transportation, Abdulhafiz Toriola, who was represented by the Director, Transport Operations, Ojowuro Olasunkanmi, noted that the compliance is 60% in parks and motor parks visited at Ikeja, Agege, Iyanokpaja and its environs, while efforts will be intensified to engage transport operators more to make life easier for residents.
As representatives of the state government, we all know that due to the removal of fuel subsidy, which has affected all spheres of our lives, the federal government and the state governments respectively have come up with palliative measures to cushion that effect. And as we are representatives of the Ministry of Transportation, we are concerned about the implementation of Mr. Governor's pronouncement on the palliatives in the transport sector.
Toriola urged the transport unions to support officers of the Lagos State Transport Management Authority, LASTMA, in ensuring effective traffic management and control. Unit Chairman Alausa Secretariat Route Iyabo Akeju and park coordinators at Agege and Iyano Ikpaja expressed their readiness to support government and comply with the directives.
You carry 500, 600, but now 300, 200, 400.
They are compliant. There is no problem in my park. We have reduced everything. The ticket from 800 to 600. The other one that we are selling 300, we are selling it 200 now. The transport is 300 because they are not complying with us for sitting by 4-4. So they sit 3-3. Ask them to go back to that 4.
Some of the passengers who spoke with journalists commended the state government for the initiative, but sued for total compliance of the governor's directive.
Reduce the price of the transport for us. After all, motor is not our own. So what is the meaning of making 3? If somebody wants 3, let him take Uber now. So 3-4-4 is okay for me.
For now, we are paying 300 for Alausa, and it's very difficult for us. So now we want 4-4. 4-4 is better, and we're paying 200.
The enforcement team included the representative of LASMA General Manager of the directors in the ministry, among others. And finally, on the program today, Lagos State Government has assured the Confederation of African Football, CAF, of her preparedness to provide good sporting facilities and the enabling environment to boost the interest of Nigeria in co-hosting the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations with the Republic of Benin. The Deputy Governor, Obafemi Hamzat, gave the assurance while receiving, on behalf of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, the Confederation of Africa Football Inspection Team, on a courtesy visit to the Roundhouse, Alausa, Ikeja. Hamzat noted that the state has all it takes is one of the centers to successfully host a great sport event like the African Cup of Nations, saying that Lagos has the people, the facilities, and the commitment of the government. He added that Lagos State had in the past hosted the Under-17 and Under-20 World Cup football competitions, which gave her an insight into the protocols of hosting, assuring the delegation of good hospitality in the state from both the public and private sectors. The Deputy Governor said the state is aiming beyond the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations, as it also plans to build the interest of the young generations in football. He added that the state is not only renovating the Testem Balogun Stadium to ensure that it is elevated beyond its present standard for the competition and beyond, but also building new ones in different communities within the state to accommodate and encourage youths, both male and female, in terms of playing football and other sports. Earlier, the leader of the Nigerian delegation for the Africa Cup of Nations 2027 bid, Malam Mainasara-Ilu, said the inspection team was in Lagos to inspect football facilities that have been proposed by the Nigeria Football Federation for the hosting of the Africa Cup of Nations 2027. Malam Ilu said that 6 states in Nigeria and 2 cities in the Republic of Benin have been proposed to host the competition, adding that the delegation hopes that the venue selected in Nigeria will pass the test. And with that story, we conclude this week's edition of Lagos Update, a program that highlights the activities of the Lagos State Governor and other state events. You can follow us on our various social media platforms: Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. You can as well follow me on Twitter at Adeola Akindele1 and Threads at Adeola Akindele. Thanks to my producer, Babatunde Akiemi, and studio engineer, Oyeshola Ola, with support from the social media team. The executive producer is Tayo Akunle. I'm Adeola Akindele. Next week is another date. Stay blessed and stay safe.